But we begin with the new inflation data, the potential impact on interest rates, and what it means for your wallet. CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joins us now. And Kelly, thanks for being with us. The June CPI data reflects the first month we've seen a meaningful increase from tariffs, but it's still not the huge surge that some were afraid of. What is curbing that, and could we see more of an impact in the numbers next month?
So a lot of what's curbing it is that companies imported a bunch of goods ahead of that tariff deadline in order to keep prices lower. We also, of course, are dealing with a 10% tariff on most countries, 30% on China. 10% is a lot easier for different points in the supply chain to absorb a little bit here and there before it reaches you and me. But in that CPI report, we did see meaningful inflation when it came to appliances, apparel, furnishings, all things that we import from other countries and would be subject to those import taxes. You talk about July, we're expecting to see more of that same increase. And then come August 1st, when those tariffs tick up even more, that's when economists are saying we could see that inflation rate accelerate.
What does all this mean, you think, then, Kelly, for how the Fed might approach interest rates?
Well, I think Chair Powell at the end of this month at the next meeting is going to say, see, this is what I'm talking about. That's why we're waiting and we're seeing, because we want to see how these tariff rates flow through once those companies kind of run through all that inventory. And then especially with those higher tariff rates coming, what I'm very curious to hear from the Fed is, are they still planning 2 interest rate cuts, or are we looking at 1 or none? We know that there's a lot of division amongst the Federal Reserve Board of Governors in terms of how many interest rate cuts, but definitely end of July, we are likely not getting any change in interest rates, Nancy.
And Kelly, I also want to ask you about Indonesia, because President Trump says he has reached a trade agreement with them that features a 19% tariff on the country. How significant is that, and what other foreign trade deals are investors eyeing before that August 1st deadline?
19% was rather specific, wasn't it? I'm very curious to hear more once we get more details about why 19%. Look, Indonesia, it is not a huge trading partner for us, but not nothing. We get a lot of clothing, a lot of different products from there. But I think, to your point, what are the other ones that we're looking for? We're looking for any movement with the EU. Remember, we got that 30% tariff over the weekend, but I think there's a lot of hope that there's going to be something more meaningful that two sides agree to before August 1st. We're also looking for India and a number of other countries that already have higher tariff rates to see if there's any wiggle room before August 1st. The president says that they're open to some concessions, but those are the deals as of now. But I guess, Nancy, just like the Federal Reserve, we're waiting and we're seeing.
And waiting to see why 19% specifically. Kelly O'Grady, thank you very much.